Do you ever wonder what they expect when they turn their back on you? When they dismiss you as if you were never worth their time, when they make you feel like a mere footnote in their life story? Let me tell you what they expect. They expect you to crumble. They expect you to fall apart, to chase them, to beg for their attention like you're somehow incomplete without it. They anticipate your desperation, thinking you'll do whatever it takes to earn their approval, even when they never deserved your respect in the first place. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? The familiar pattern, their rejection, your reaction. They imagine that when they dismiss you, you'll sink into sadness, convinced that the world has collapsed around you. They picture you in the dark, isolating yourself, feeling lost. They expect the tears to flow, the agony to consume you. And once that happens, they think they have the upper hand, assuming that you'll lash out in anger, unable to control your rage. They think you'll make mistakes, that you'll prove them right about who they think you are. But here's the thing, they couldn't be more wrong. They think they know what you'll do next, but they don't. They don't understand the kind of power that comes from silence, not the kind of silence that's passive or weak, the silence that lets them think they've won. No, this silence is a force. It's the silence that doesn't beg for their attention, doesn't need their validation. It's the silence of strength, the silence that makes them wonder, who is this person? How are they still standing after all the rejection and pain? They expect your silence to be a sign of defeat, but it's not. It's the sign of your transformation. You're no longer playing their game, no longer acting out the part they've scripted for you. You've realized your worth, and that's something they never saw coming. They wanted you to cry, to scream, to fight back, but instead you chose to rise. The more they tried to pull you down, the more you pulled yourself together, stronger, more powerful, and more self-aware than ever before. The truth is, you were never the one who was broken. They are the ones who never understood the value of what they had. They couldn't see the brilliance you bring to the table, so they thought they could take you for granted. But now, you're in control. Your silence is your crown, your peace is your power, and the life you're building now is yours to define. What they don't know is this: they didn't destroy you, they awakened you. They think they left you in ruins, but you've been quietly building, quietly transforming, and now you're stepping into a version of yourself they never even imagined. The best part? They'll never see it coming. You don't need their recognition. You don't need their approval. What you have is something far more valuable: your own respect, your own growth, and your own story. So, when they expect you to fall, when they hope you'll be defeated by their rejection, show them something different. Show them that their opinion doesn't define your reality. You define it. Your silence isn't a sign of weakness. It's your declaration of strength. And when you decide to rise from this, you'll rise not just for you, but for everyone who ever doubted you. They'll be watching, but it won't matter, because you won't be playing by their rules anymore. So, how are you going to end this chapter? With defeat? Number. You're going to rise, you're going to reclaim your power, and you're going to silence their expectations with your growth, your strength, and your unshakable confidence. Drop a comment below. My silence is my crown. And if this message hit home for you, hit that like button and subscribe for more. You don't want to miss the next step in this journey. The real transformation begins now. Let's go. Number 1, the broken throne you built for them. Let's break it down. You didn't just give them the power. They didn't take it from you. No, you handed it over willingly, built it with your own hands, brick by brick, piece by piece. You created a throne for them, made of your own sacrifices, your own compromises, your own willingness to silence your own needs for theirs. Every time you bent over backward to make them happy, you reinforced the structure, each concession adding another layer. And now, there they sit, complacent in the seat you crafted for them, unaware of the damage it's caused in your life. But stop for a moment and ask yourself, why did you think they deserved that throne? Why did you put them on a pedestal so high, allowing them to tower over you? You told yourself it was love, didn't you? We've all been taught that love means giving, sacrificing, even breaking yourself for the sake of someone else. But love isn't about giving up your life to serve theirs. It's not about letting someone sit in a place of power over you while you lose your own sense of self. Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." So, what kind of thoughts were you living with when you decided their happiness mattered more than yours? You thought that by doing more, by giving everything, by proving your worth, they would finally recognize how valuable you were. But here's the hard truth. That throne you built, it wasn't just built on love. It was built on insecurity, on doubt, on fear. Every time you allowed their disrespect to slide, you chipped away at its foundation. Every time you begged for their attention or affection, the cracks deepened. You kept believing if you loved harder, gave more, they'd see your worth. But let me ask you, can a throne made of brokenness ever stand strong? Can it hold anyone up? No, it will only collapse under the weight of its own fragility. And here's the most brutal truth of all. They never asked for that throne. You gave it to them. You handed them the keys to your kingdom, and they didn't treat it with the care it deserved. You gave them your power, hoping they would recognize it. And when they didn't, you convinced yourself you were the one failing. But the reality is, you were giving so much, you forgot to give to the one person who truly deserved it. You. Epictetus said, "It is impossible for a man to learn what he thinks he already knows." They didn't see your value because they were never looking for it. But you know what? You can't let their blindness define your worth. You were so caught up in trying to earn their recognition, you lost sight of your own. So why did you do it? Why did you sacrifice so much for someone who treated you like an afterthought? Because you were afraid. Afraid of losing them, afraid of being alone, afraid of the empty space if you didn't give it all. But that fear was an illusion. It was never real. Marcus Aurelius also said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." That's the key. You never had control over how they treated you, but you always had control over how you treated yourself. It's time to stop handing away your power and start taking it back. It's time to tear down the throne you built, brick by brick. Stop propping up someone who never saw your value. Reclaim your time, your energy, your worth. They never deserved the throne. You did. And now, it's time to sit in your rightful place. The throne was always yours. You just forgot how to claim it. So what's your next move? Will you keep breaking yourself to hold up a throne that never belonged to them? Or will you rise, rebuild, and take back what was always yours? The throne is yours, and it's time to sit on it. Type it in the comments. I reclaim my throne. This is just the beginning. The revolution of self-love, strength, and empowerment is about to unfold. Stay with me, because we're about to rebuild your kingdom. You don't want to miss what's coming next. Number 2. The silent revolution, silence. How many times have you been told it's a sign of weakness? Society loves to tell you that silence means you've given up, that it's your way of surrendering. They want you to believe that if you don't argue, if you don't fight, if you don't scream, you're nothing. But here's what they're missing. Real power doesn't need to be loud. Real power doesn't need to convince or chase after anyone's approval. Real power lies in silence, a silence so strong, so intentional, that it reverberates through every inch of your life. Now let's be clear. This is not the silence where you sit in bitterness, seething in a corner, hoping they'll notice what they've lost. That kind of silence is toxic. It keeps you bound to the past, wasting your energy while they continue their life, oblivious to the chaos they've caused. The silence I'm talking about is different. It's a silence filled with purpose, a silence that radiates growth, transformation, and power so undeniable it becomes louder than any shout. When they rejected you, they thought they knew the script. They expected you to crumble, to break, to lose yourself in the scramble for their validation. But what they didn't anticipate was you flipping the entire script. You didn't beg. You didn't lash out. You didn't give them the satisfaction of seeing you lose control. Instead, you went silent, not out of fear, but out of strategy. This silence isn't passive. It's an active reclaiming of your energy. It's refusing to engage in battles that won't move you forward. Think about it. Every second you spend trying to prove yourself to someone who can't see your worth is a second you could be using to build your own empire. Why waste your energy on people who can't even see the value in front of them? As Epictetus wisely said, first say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. Silence gives you the power to decide who you are, to hear your own voice again, without the noise of their opinions clouding your judgment. It's in that space of stillness that you reconnect with your true strength. The strength that was always there, even when they failed to notice it. Here's the hard truth. Why are you still waiting? Why are you hoping they'll come to their senses, realize your worth, and regret their actions? The reality is, they probably won't. Not because you're not worth it, but because their blind spots have already shown you who they are. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Stop wasting time on things beyond your control and take back your power. You can't control their change of heart. You can't make them realize what they lost. But what you can control is what happens next. And what happens next is you rising, not in anger, not in revenge, not in an attempt to prove anything to anyone. You rise in silence. You rise by building a life so radiant, so fulfilling, so unapologetically yours that their absence doesn't matter. This silence, the one we're talking about today, isn't for them. It's for you. It's your chance to step away from the noise, from their chaos, and into your own peace. This is your revolution, the silent revolution. It's not about waiting for them to see you. It's about making sure you see yourself. It's about stepping into your power and knowing that the life you're building doesn't need anyone else's approval. It's yours to create, yours to own. Your silence is the foundation of your reign. It's not a retreat, it's a strategy. It's the quiet force that builds a life of strength, freedom, and self-respect. So how do you begin this revolution? Stop reacting. Stop explaining. Stop chasing. Every time you're tempted to reach out, to fight for their attention, to prove your worth, remind yourself that your silence is your power. Every time you choose silence, you're reclaiming a piece of your soul. Every time you stay silent, you're rebuilding your kingdom. You are reminding yourself and the world that you don't need anyone's permission to rule your life. Type this in the comments right now. I rise in silence. Let it be your affirmation, your declaration, your battle cry. This is not the end. It's the beginning of your reign. And the next step? Claiming the crown that's always been yours. Stay tuned, because what comes next will show you exactly who's holding the crown. Let's rise. Number 3. Who really holds the crown? For far too long, you've been walking around as if they were the ones calling the shots. You've acted like they were the rulers, like their opinions were the only ones that mattered. But let me drop some truth on you. They never held the crown. You gave it to them. You handed it over every time you chose their approval over your own peace. You handed it over when you let their rejection make you doubt your worth. You handed it over when you silenced your dreams to feed their insecurities. Here's the thing they don't want you to realize. That crown was never theirs. It was always yours. They never earned it, never built it, and they sure as hell didn't deserve it. The power, the strength, the dignity, they were yours from the start. You just forgot how to wear the crown. So, let me ask you, why are you still kneeling before someone who doesn't even know what it means to be a ruler? Why are you still breaking yourself apart, hoping they'll finally recognize your worth, when all they've ever done is look right past you? It's time to wake up to a hard truth. You don't need their validation to wear your crown. You don't need their regret to prove your value. Marcus Aurelius said it best. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. That's the key to this whole thing. Stop pleading. Stop explaining. Stop begging for a seat at the table. Instead, build your own table. Be the ruler of your own life, and don't wait for anyone's permission to rise to the top. You've been treating them like they're the center of your universe. But here's the reality check. You are the center. You are the sun. You are the one who keeps everything moving. You are the force that powers everything. It's time to stop dimming your light for someone who can't even handle your shine. Stop chasing someone who doesn't even realize they're in the presence of royalty. Epictetus was right. Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. You've been giving them control they never deserved. You've tied your freedom to their approval, to their feelings, to their actions. But here's the turning point. It's time to take it all back. The crown is yours. It always has been. But to wear it, you need to take full responsibility. You can't keep blaming them for how they treated you. Rulers don't wait to be saved. They rise, they take control, and they reclaim what's theirs. The crown represents everything you've been denying yourself: the power, the confidence, the self-respect, and the unwavering belief that you are enough, just as you are. Maybe you're wondering, how do I take back my crown? How do I stop giving them so much power? The answer is simple. You start by looking in the mirror. You remember who you are. You remember the person you were before you ever gave away your worth. You stop waiting for their apology. You stop chasing their approval. You stop letting their silence define you. You stop seeking validation from someone who can't even recognize your brilliance. So, I'll ask you again. Who really holds the crown? It's not them. It's always been you. Write it down in the comments right now. I hold the crown. Let it be your declaration, your battle cry, your anthem. This is not about clinging to the past. This is about burning the old blueprint and creating something new. It's about building a kingdom so powerful that no one can shake it. Stay with me, because the next chapter is where you step into your full power. It's where you stop looking back and start walking forward, building a legacy that's all your own. Let's make your kingdom unshakable. Let's go. Number 4, burn the old map. Chart a new path. For far too long, you've been following someone else's blueprint, a map that was never meant for you. It's a map filled with empty promises, wrong turns, and paths that only circle back to heartache. You've walked it time and time again, convinced that if you just kept pushing forward, you'd eventually find the love, the recognition, the peace you've been craving. But let's face it, that map was never meant to lead you anywhere worth going. It's time to set it on fire. This map they gave you? It wasn't made with your dreams or your purpose in mind. It was designed to keep you small, to keep you lost, and to make you believe that your happiness depended on their approval. Every step you took, every road you followed, only got you deeper into their web of control. It's no wonder you felt stuck. Every turn was just another dead end, a diversion to keep you chasing something that would never come. Let me ask you, how many times have you retraced the same steps, hoping that this time it would be different? How many times did you promise yourself that if you just tried harder, loved deeper, gave more, they'd finally see your worth? But they never did they? They couldn't, because they were never looking for it. Marcus Aurelius said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." And right now, the thing standing in your way is that damn map. It's the belief that you need their recognition, their approval, to find your way. But what if I told you the way isn't on their map? What if the path forward begins the moment you let go of their lies? It's time to burn it. Let the flames consume every illusion, every lie, every story you've told yourself to justify their actions. Watch it all disappear in smoke, and in that moment you'll realize you're not lost, you're free. So what's next? You might be wondering, where do I go from here if I burn the old map? The answer is simple. You create your own. But this time, you build the path that leads to your freedom, to your joy, to your growth. Start small. Ask yourself, what do I truly want? Forget about what they wanted, what they expected, or what they'll regret. Focus on what makes you come alive. What kind of life do you want to build? What kind of person do you want to become? Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This new path isn't about finding validation from anyone else. It's about mastering your own life, your time, your energy, your choices. It's about designing a life so fulfilling that you no longer need anyone to complete it. You are the architect. You are the creator. Sure, the new path won't be easy. It's unfamiliar, and there will be moments when you'll feel like giving up. But remember this. There's nothing for you on the old road. It's a graveyard of broken promises and wasted time. Every step you take on your new path is a step away from the chaos and toward the life you've always deserved. So, here's your moment. Burn the old map. Set it ablaze and watch it turn to ash. Write this in the comments now. I create my own path. Let this be your declaration, your affirmation, your commitment to yourself. What's next isn't about revenge. It's not about making them see what they lost. It's about building a life so extraordinary that it speaks for itself. Stay with me, because the next chapter is going to show you how to harness the full power of this new journey. Let's go. Number 5. The lie of revenge and validation. Revenge and validation. The toxic duo that whispers lies to us, making us believe that they're the answers to our pain, our rejection, our heartbreak. They tell us that if we just get even, or if we get them to notice our worth, we'll finally feel whole. We picture it, them seeing us thriving, regretting their choices, begging to come back. It's a beautiful fantasy, but let's face reality. It's just another trap designed to keep us stuck in their grip, waiting for something that will never satisfy us. Revenge tells you, they hurt you, so hurt them back. Validation tells you, if they didn't appreciate you, make them see what they missed. Both sound empowering, right? Both seem like the keys to freedom, but in reality, they're chains. Chains that keep you tethered to someone who doesn't deserve another ounce of your time or energy. Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." Think about that. Revenge might give you a fleeting thrill, a brief sense of victory when you imagine them regretting losing you. But at what cost? Every move you make toward revenge pulls you back into their world, into their chaos. You're still giving them power over you, dictating how you feel, how you act, how you live. You're still dancing to their tune, even after they've left your life. Now, validation, chasing it, is like constantly begging for scraps. When you chase their approval, you're still saying, "Please see me, please recognize my worth." But why? Why would you beg someone who never truly saw your value in the first place? Even if they notice you now, so what? Their validation will never fill the emptiness you feel inside. You were always enough. Their inability to recognize it doesn't change your worth. Let me ask you something that might sting a little. Do you truly want them back, or do you just want them to miss you? Do you want them to see how amazing you are, or are you still trying to convince yourself of it? The bitter truth is this: it doesn't matter what they think. Their opinion doesn't define you. You get to define your worth. Epictetus once said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." That's the real power, letting go of the need for validation and letting go of the need to get revenge. The real power lies in walking away from the past, leaving behind the lies that have held you captive, and embracing the freedom of living without their approval. Revenge and validation are lies because they make you believe your power is in their reaction. But your true power comes from within. It comes from walking forward, building a life so full of purpose, so rich in meaning, that their absence no longer matters. It's not about making them regret losing you. It's about making yourself proud of who you've become. So here's the truth. Let it all go. Let go of the fantasies, the what-ifs, the desperate need for them to see something they never could. Your silence, your growth, your transformation. This is the statement you need to make. Write it down now. I let go of revenge. Let this be your declaration, your freedom from their influence. Because what's next is about you. It's about standing tall, declaring your own worth, and stepping fully into the life you've always deserved. Stay with me, because the final affirmation is where the real transformation happens. The magic begins now. Number 6. The final affirmation, declaring your kingdom. It's time to step forward and leave the past behind. Time to stop justifying yourself, stop begging for recognition, stop handing away your power to people who never saw your worth. Right now, in this moment, you're standing at the threshold of your destiny. You are about to declare your kingdom, and it starts with you, not them. This is your declaration. It's not about making anyone regret their actions. It's not about proving them wrong or waiting for their validation. This is about you. This is about standing tall and saying, I am the master of my life, and my life belongs to no one but me. It's time to take back the narrative. For far too long, you've bent yourself out of shape trying to earn the approval of others. You've sacrificed your peace, your joy, your power, all for people who never truly saw you. They never truly understood what you bring to the table. But now is the time to stop searching for answers in their rejection, in their indifference. The only answers that matter are the ones you give yourself. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Your thoughts, your beliefs, your decisions, they create the foundation of your kingdom. No one else. You've always had the strength within you, even when you didn't recognize it. The power to rise above, to set boundaries, to choose your peace. It's always been inside of you, waiting for you to take control. And here's the truth. Your kingdom isn't somewhere out there, waiting for you to find it. It's right here, right now. It exists in the choices you make every single day, in how you show up for yourself, in how you put your needs first, in how you refuse to shrink. It's in the boundaries you set, in the moments when you choose you, even when it's hard, even when it feels like no one else will. To declare your kingdom is to reclaim everything they tried to strip away from you. It's taking back your time, your energy, your confidence. It's finally looking in the mirror and saying, I am worthy of every single thing I want. Not because someone else gave you permission, but because you've decided that you're enough. Epictetus said, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. Freedom doesn't come from chasing their approval or waiting for them to see your worth. It comes from letting go. It comes from realizing that your life is not a performance, not a game for others to judge. Your life is your masterpiece, and you are the artist. You have the power to shape it exactly the way you want. So now let me ask you, what does your kingdom look like? Is it built on their opinions, or is it built on your unshakable strength? Is it a place where you're constantly shrinking to fit into someone else's world, or is it a space where you stand proud, unapologetic, and completely in control? This is the final affirmation. Write it down, say it loud. I declare my kingdom. This isn't just a statement, it's a promise to yourself. A commitment to stop letting others dictate your worth, to reclaim the throne you've always deserved. And when you declare your kingdom, everything changes. Your mindset shifts, your energy shifts, your entire world begins to shift. You stop chasing things that don't serve you, and you start attracting the abundance and peace that's meant for you. You are the ruler of your life, and nothing, no one, can take that from you. This is just the beginning. Stay with me, because in the final chapter, we're going to explore what it means to leave a legacy that proves you've truly become the ruler you were always meant to be. Let's walk this final step together. Number 7. Closing the legacy of a true ruler. A true ruler isn't defined by the crown they wear or the power they wield. They're defined by the empire they build, the lives they touch, and the legacy they leave behind. And now, it's time for you to think about your legacy. What will you leave behind when your name is spoken? What story will echo long after you're gone? This isn't about seeking revenge or waiting for someone to recognize your worth. No, this is about understanding that your power lies in what you leave behind. Your mark on the world, your lasting impact. Every challenge you faced, every setback, every failure, these weren't obstacles meant to destroy you. They were the chisels shaping you, molding you into the ruler you're destined to be. Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "What we do now echoes in eternity." This is the truth of a ruler's legacy. Every action you take, every word you speak, every choice you make, it all ripples outward. It all leaves an imprint. The real question is, what kind of imprint do you want to leave? Your legacy is being forged right now. It's not some far-off, distant dream. It's in the choices you make every day, in the relationships you nurture, in the boundaries you set, in the life you choose to build. Your kingdom starts with you. It starts with the way you choose to honor your own worth, and the way you demand respect and love from the world around you. You're no longer waiting for someone else to tell you you're worthy. You're no longer seeking approval from people who never truly understood your power. Epictetus said, "No great thing is created suddenly, and neither is your legacy. It's not built in a day, but with every choice, every act of courage, every moment you rise above your past. That's how you create something that lasts." A true ruler doesn't just leave a mark, they inspire. They show the world what's possible when you stand firm in your power, when you refuse to let setbacks define you. This is your power. This is your legacy. It's not about being perfect. It's about rising every time you fall. It's about being relentless in your pursuit of greatness. And let's face it, there will be moments of doubt. You'll wonder, what if I fail? What if I can't create the life I've imagined? But hear this, failure isn't the end, it's part of the process. Every great ruler stumbles, every empire faces challenges. What separates the great from the rest is the ability to keep moving forward, no matter how many times you fall. Your legacy isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. It's about resilience. It's about showing the world, and more importantly, yourself, that you will never stop building, you will never stop rising, you will never stop creating. So let me ask you, what will your legacy be? Will it be the story of someone who gave up when things got hard? Or will it be the story of someone who rose up, who reclaimed their power, and who built a life so extraordinary that it couldn't be ignored? Right now, I want you to say it out loud. I create my legacy. Write it down, say it with conviction, and own it. This is more than a phrase, it's a promise to yourself, a commitment to stop waiting for permission and start building the life you deserve. And remember, the world is watching, not the ones who doubted you, not the ones who hurt you. The people who matter are watching, those who need your example, your strength, your resilience. When you rise not only for yourself, but for all those who need to see what's possible when you refuse to settle for anything less than greatness. You've come so far. You've claimed your crown, burned the old map, and declared your kingdom. Now, it's time to build something that will stand the test of time. Your legacy isn't just a story, it's a movement. It's unshakable, undeniable, unforgettable. Let's make this count. Let's make it last. Your legacy begins now. If this message has stirred something in you, if you feel the fire burning within, then hit that like button, subscribe, and don't keep this to yourself. Share it with someone who needs it, someone who is standing on the edge of their own breakthrough. You never know whose life you might change by just sharing a message of hope and power. Together, let's build this kingdom, step by step, choice by choice, legacy by legacy. You're not just watching from the sidelines, you're part of something bigger. Now, let's make it happen.